Hey guys, I was just bopping around in the kitchen finishing up a couple of projects and I wanted to show you guys how I'm doing my favorite holiday kind of like fallish winterish flavor of kombucha. So when I'm flavoring my kombucha, you can do it in one of two ways. You could flavor it in the start or the first fermentation, which is once it's brewing. You can use like a flavorful tea, or you could even put like some fruit in there and things. But my favorite way to do flavoring kombucha is to brew a basic tea, so either green or black tea usually, sometimes yerba mate, sometimes I use herbs like raspberry leaf tea or nettles. But today I have Earl Grey, so it's a little flavored, a little bit fancy, but mostly just black. And then I'm going to add cinnamon and apples. It's like just the most flavor, like classic, I guess, flavor combo that I like for winter stuff. So I'm going to add a little bit of fresh apple and a little bit of cinnamon. This tastes just totally different than if you add apple juice. So I really recommend using the full apple. And you are going to have chunks of apple in your bottle, which is pretty, and I think it makes it kind of feel a bit like sangria if you pour the bits of apple into it, or you can strain them out, whatever works for you. So basically, here's what we're doing. I have brewed this tea. It's a bit chilly in my house, so this one took, I don't know, at least 10 days or so until I tasted it and decided it was good. You can see SCOBY on top here. Sometimes we get one that's nicely formed like that, and sometimes it's not as much. So I'm just going to show you the process from beginning to end, how I do secondary fermentation. And sometimes I'll use like a flavorful syrup instead, and this will be a little bit quicker. But here's what I'm doing today. We got SCOBY. I'm using just clean hands to take SCOBY out. And I put her in a clean jar. And then the other one in here, I take her out too. See, maybe not as pretty. Like I've got two that are stuck together kind of, and they're a little bit stained brown from tea. That's okay. If you're squeamish about touching it, use a wood utensil or something like that. It's fine. And then save enough of this like soured kombucha, and this is called the starter for the next one. And then I'm just gonna set those. I actually store this at room temperature. That might be another video, your SCOBY hotel. So they're in the hotel. You put them away for next time. Okay, now I'm gonna grab a wood spoon. Okay, it's plastic, that's fine. As long as it's really clean. So get your spoon, and this part's important. I'm gonna stir it up. Okay, I found another little piece of SCOBY in there, which I don't want to bother kind of picking it out of the strainer. So this is tiny. Aw, that might have even been the original one. I like to keep them in case friends want them. Some people only keep the newest one and then they compost the others. That is up to you. They all still have the potential to make kombucha, so I save them. Okay, so now we're gonna add some flavor to our bottle. And when you're doing secondary fermentation, you're adding flavor, but you're also adding fizz. And fizz only happens when you add extra sugar, okay? So this won't work in terms of adding fizz if I only use the cinnamon. The apples are important for flavor, and they're important for the sugar. So I'm gonna add a piece of a cinnamon stick, like about a third of a cinnamon stick I find is good for a bottle. And then I'm gonna cut little tiny slivers that will fit inside my bottle. Now really get nerdy about your knife skills here, because they will, what's the word? They will absorb the kombucha and they will expand. And so I wanna be able to get these out of the bottle. I'm cutting these into like little tiny matchsticks. And then I'm gonna put the matchsticks in. So I use, I don't know, about a quarter of a piece of apple, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does pack quite a lot of flavor. This is gonna result in like apple cider, spiced apple cider, like Christmas holiday fizz kind of deliciousness here. Okay. Cinnamon in, apple in. Then you get your strainer. This is one that has a strainer inside of it. So I'm doing 2 jobs at once. If you have a regular funnel without a strainer in it, you will need to put a strainer on top and then your funnel. Okay, so suddenly Willow's here. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay. And you want some apple? You can snack on that while I'm doing this video, okay?
Okay.
Okay. It's nice to have help, isn't it? Okay. I'm just lifting this up to let the air bubbles go through and make sure I'm not overfilling this. Any of these swing top bottles work really well for keeping the fizz in, but you want to make sure if it's like these are the IKEA kind. I find the round ones work, but the square ones definitely don't hold pressure. Those are just decorative or for just table water. Meaning, when I say they don't hold pressure, it means that it will hold carbon dioxide until the bottle explodes. So don't explode the bottle. Yes, there's a funnel. Do you want to play with that? All right. We're gonna wash that after. So here, you'll notice a couple of things. I filled it up to the bottom of the neck, or if this was a taller neck bottle, I would do it to the middle of the neck. Overfilling it will cause, you'll have no carbonation if you overfill it. If you underfill it, you will have so much carbonation that you still could explode your bottle. So don't underfill it either. And then I'm gonna let this hang out at room temperature for, I don't know, maybe another 3 days or so. And to check it, I will just push on the top, pop, and then let the fizz off carefully. Just listen for, it should sound like when you're opening a bottle of pop. When you get that satisfying, then it can go in the fridge, and it will last in the fridge for like a couple of months. It won't go bad, it's just that it will change over time because it is a live culture organism that you've got going on here. So it will change over time. It will get a little more sour and a little more fizzy. And yeah, this is the holiday favorite. So makes a nice gift. It makes a nice alternative to wine or cider and things like that. I closed it, baby. It's gonna stay closed now until it's ready. We have to wait.
Ready?
We have to wait. Yeah. Fermentation takes patience. Yeah. Okay. Are we gonna sign off? And say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.